Hey guys, what's going on? Kevin Cage back with another daily cryptocurrency video on the one and only XRP. As always, like and subscribe if you like what you see, and let's get right into the information today. And again, guys, half of my views from the XRP community are people that are not subscribed. So again, I really do appreciate it, any and all support. So first off, on fiatleak.com, we can see the various corridors, whether it's the Canadian dollar, we can see USD, we can see the Singapore dollar, even Turkish lira and some additional newer corridors. And it is really lighting up. Even about 5 minutes ago, this was skyrocketing. Now we're 13% up in the last 24 hours at 29 cents. And this is exciting. I'm curious, guys, do you think that we will see 30 cents? Will we hit that? Will we drop back down and consolidate it again to 25 cents? My question is this. Do you see this as actual utility of XRapid adoption, raising the ground floor price of XRP, or do you think this is simply another dump or, pump and dump in preparation for the announcements of Backed coming out on the 23rd? So we will see. I love this website because you can actually see, and I was watching this earlier, we were at 500 million trades in the past 24 hours. Now we are almost up to 700 million. I pay attention to these trends and I pay attention to the actual accounts, and always check out the website of the XRP ledger as well to watch the volume change. All right, first things first, XRP boo-boo. So just found this for Cybos next week, and things that make you go, Swift and both R3, the 300 plus banking consortium. And again, Swift and R3 have more than 50% of the same board of directors, and they're talking end-to-end movement. So as we can see here, 25th, this is Swift GPI link, linking Swift GPI with trade platforms. What is the trade platform we're referencing? Literally the only one they've ever discussed, which is R3. R3 is helping all of these trade platforms, just like Marco Polo and Voltron, trade trillions. Again, as we can see, various volume from the Japanese yen, correct? And look, even the volume's picking up again, as I was just talking about with the Korean won. So perhaps the Korean market is getting a little active here. And now we're up again. So pay attention, 14% up. This is exciting. Now, I think this is something going on the back end. I'm expecting some large announcement to come. So remember, as we can see with the Japanese market, arguably one of the bigger markets in the future. Of course, when I point at it, the volume is stopping. But SBI is talking about R3 handling the trillions of dollars for trade finance, whereas Ripple, the private company, will focus on cross-border remittance, which is still billions. You can argue it's trillions, but in the world of trade finance, that's going to be so much bigger and help the price of XRP. Remember, a higher value XRP will allow them to send larger batches of payments. This is massive. None of this is financial advice, but if you actually do your homework on any project and you understand XRP has been around since the very beginning of blockchain, you would understand. And again, there's a lot of people that were invested in Bitcoin and Ethereum, but they just do not understand the fundamental technology of what XRP is doing for not only cross-border payments, but web monetization. There's so many other use cases day in and day out. So I want to go over this quick. Well, again, guys, if we connect GPI with R3, and remember R3 settlement mechanism is XRP. So as we can see here, these connections, again, my mind is moving a mile a minute, connecting GPI with trade platforms. If there is any type of announcement, this would be massive. As we can see here, speakers, we got GPI product manager of Swift, and then we have head of digital assets, R3. So they're specifically talking about digital assets here. Which cryptocurrency do we know that is a digital asset time and time again? It is XRP. Brad Garlinghouse does not even like to call XRP a cryptocurrency, because he believes that it is truly, solving a real world problem with utility. It is not just, a value, a medium of exchange. This is solving a real problem. Right here, JP Morgan allocated nearly half of its 2018 technology budget to disruptive technology here by King Solomon on Twitter, XRP_owl. That's approximately $5.4 million. And I wonder how much of that went into blockchain and distributed ledger technology. Quite the rhetoric change from 2017. Remember, JP Morgan was literally talking about how blockchain is, might be helpful, but cryptocurrency is garbage. Well, JPM coin, they actually were just building on the back end. They were trashing Bitcoin, where in reality, they're creating their own, central bank digital currency. And we're going to see a bunch of these organizations create their own native digital assets, just like Goldman Sachs announced. And they still need an agnostic carrier of value, which will be the perfect bridge asset, XRP. Right here, this is really, really cool. So this is David, W59194513. And just talking about this old document about the ECB, the European Central Bank. And let's just check this out. So this is from 2007, 2008, the recession, talking about the problem. Look at the keywords here. The cost of banks generating liquidity. Right here, the cost of delaying settlement until anticipated incoming funds have been received. That's a liquidity issue. Right here, agents will typically generate too little liquidity, not enough liquidity. Right here, operate with a limited liquidity buffer. This is costing them so much money as well in, a variety of ways. Right here, holdings for the inadequacy of existing liquidity bridges between systems. This has been a real problem for a long time. We're nearing a global liquidity crisis, whether the global economy is in a recession or even a depression. XRP is the one. It always has been. Right here, MUFG, and just so you guys have some background, we have the document right here. So Embracing Innovation for Change. This is June 2018, and this is all a document by MUFG. And again, they are one of the world's largest banks. So right here, Mitsubishi UFJ Financial Group, Inc. They are massive assets, around $2.5 billion as of 2016, the world's 5th largest bank by total assets. All right, holding around 1.8 trillion US dollars. And as we can see here, we already knew that they were a RippleNet partner, so no big surprise. But yet nobody that's a fan of Bitcoin discusses this. Personally, I hedge my bet. I believe both assets will survive, but I believe one will be driven by utility, and that is where the highest potential of return on your investment lies. So right here, Stort_XRP, Ripple first step, intra-bank use cases. So actually bridging these banks, whether it's MUFG Bank of Tokyo and MUFG Bank of New York, Singapore, etc. Now, Ripple Connect is the old messaging system they used, but we can still see that they are discussing this with the Ripple network, distributed, and they're working on not necessarily fully decentralized, but it is absolutely distributed in my opinion, and it's more decentralized than Bitcoin and Ethereum without question. So as we can see, the interledger protocol is playing a part here, interoperabilities. We can have Codias play a role with smart contracts, and then we have the actual cryptocurrency, the blockchain. Well, it's the cryptocurrency or digital asset, XRP, and the actual blockchain technology is the XRP ledger. All of this together is going to help create the Internet of Value. And this is proof. I mean, literally, MUFG, we already knew they're a RippleNet partner, but they're working with this, and they're actually creating use cases and seeing how to create and make their systems much more efficient, utilizing XRP. All right? Take a peek. Back down to 13%. But guys, we have seen quite a price jump. So I want to know in the comments down below if you think this is utility, if this is, the volume actually ramping up, because I've seen, some volume really moving. I've been watching this chart for the past 2 hours, and I'm pretty curious because it's different than a usual day. So again, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.